Too many turnovers, and that was their demise.
Here is Hurts over the right side, and what a good start for Jalen Hurts. On first down, he keeps. Zacchaeus in motion. Hurts over the middle. He's got Goddard for a first down inside the 45. Devontae Smith able to continue after the timeout. 3rd down and 6. Over the middle, that pass is caught, and that's big A.J. Brown. He's got a first down and hard to bring down.
I mean, it's such a strength. One of the best in all of football, maybe the best.
Here's Gainwell again with a first down for Philadelphia.
Once San Francisco got it going, that was a big difference there in that game, especially early.
Handoff to Gainwell, and he's got a first down. Hurts trying to take it in. Diving for the touchdown. One of 6 teams at 6 and 7 now trying to join the Vikings, Rams, Saints, and Bucks with a win at 7 and 7. And what a play by Sweat. He got through and made that stop.
And he made no mention to us about the change, and he was the company man for sure.
Lock, great protection, and fires a strike to Lockett. So 3rd down and 6 as a result. To the sideline, it's not there.
And he's been phenomenal. That's a big loss for this defense.
Out with a hip pointer. Here's a pass caught by A.J. Brown. They will mark A.J. close to first down yardage. Here's a keeper by Hurts. Gets to the edge. He's been bothered by a bad left knee, but he's able to gallop out of bounds with a first down as he picks up 6.
And then he proved he could do that last year in the big plays. Now they try to take those away.
Here's A.J. Brown. Makes the catch and has a first down at the 35. Reek Woolen back in the game, makes the stop, but a gain of 10. Hurts completes. First down. That's Julio Jones. Handoff is to Swift, and the play is made by Diggs. 27-yard try by Elliott. And he's about as good as there is in the NFL.
They're somewhat interchangeable. They use a lot of them in the backfield, give a lot of different looks.
Here is Walker up the middle.
But he's going to be relied on down the stretch now, too.
Here is Walker. First down inside the 30.
And he's grown up a lot. Now excited about the opportunity to play tonight.
3rd down and 10. He's got the rookie. And Smith and Jigba's got a first down for Seattle. Strong throw from Locke for 13 yards. They've had 2 3rd down conversions on this possession. Blitz coming from the Eagles, and the pass is caught but short of first down yardage as Smith and Jigba is brought down by Reed Blankenship. Maybe that factors in, maybe it doesn't. 26-yard try by Myers is good. And the Seahawks are on the board at 11 and 3. Hurts, sideline, wide open, and Devontae Smith is on the stat sheet with a catch at the 40, a gain of 15. Third down and 10. Hurts. Incomplete. It's 4th down. The clock stops. Yeah, Lisa, they got off to that great start running the ball that first possession. Not much sense. Here's Walker out on the edge. Breaking through a tackle and getting about 8 is Byard. 2nd down and 3. Good protection. Walker. He's able to break one tackle and get the first down. Sidney Brown could not bring him down. And it's a strong catch and run of 14 yards for Kenneth Walker.
The creativity he has, I think he does a good job helping his offensive line.
All those tight ends back there again. Nice cut back by Walker, still going. Waiting for the blocking to get there. It does. Touchdown, Seahawks. They need a win here tonight. They've lost 2 straight. Here's Smith. And Devontae is knocked out of bounds by Michael Jackson. Instead, they hand to Swift, and he picks it up. Flag flies at the end of the play. Time runs out on Hurts, and there he goes. A lot of room and a first down carry for Jalen. 13 yards. Hurts has a man. That's Brown, and that's a first down.
He came back and returned against them last week.
Hurts keeps. Goes downfield, and the catch is made by Devontae Smith for a Philadelphia first down at the 9. And a touchdown is the result. Although no signal yet. He may have gotten the worst of it. Now third down and 9. Locke is in trouble and sacked. Brandon Graham, the first guy there. Eagles facing third down. A.J. Brown is underthrown. Philly went 3 for 3 on third down tries that last drive.
Up. He was on the sidelines, and now he's got free food.
Here is a move by Walker breaking tackles. Wow. And now Locke is out in front of him, but a strong run. Walker is able to pick his way for a first down and brought down near midfield. Walker in the backfield, and they are riding him. Breaking tackles and down inside the 45. A gain of 8. Third down and a yard, and a play is made by the Eagles as Walker is swallowed up. Locke, contact and a flag. Metcalf was the target, and Bradbury.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. Ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Fake toss. Screen for Metcalf. Blocker out in front, and a nice gain.
And getting crossed, 315 pounds out in front.
Third down and 2. Locke has to pull it down and gets hit high. And a pass is incomplete. Well, it goes down as an incomplete pass.
Well, it does, and the timeout is to avoid the delay of game. And now you wonder if...
After review, the runner was down by contact before releasing the pass. The ball will be placed at that spot. It's fourth down.
So they're down to one timeout, and a 43-yard try by Myers is good. 10 minutes left. Eagles ball up 4. Hurts, Brown, first down plus just across the 40 and a gain of 15. A tap to Kelsey, the snap, 2nd and 5, the pass complete. Devontae Smith, and a first down for Philadelphia, a completion of 10. Remember, the Seahawks are without Devin Witherspoon, their terrific rookie corner, and Jamal Adams aired out. Quez Watkins, contact and a pick. Intercepted by Seattle and Julian Love. Four-man rush, and this is broken up. And a strong play to lock it. Here's Swift breaking a tackle or 2. Got around the edge and slides. Hurts out to his right. Now back to his left. Mafe can't bring him down. Hurts. Incomplete.
16 yards passing, but it's going to be all on him on this drive if he's going to do it.
Second down and a diving catch by Metcalf. And with under a minute 40 and one timeout,
he splits them and probably scores a touchdown.
Here is a bobbled pass, and Metcalf comes up with Bradbury in coverage off the leg, and that's a catch. Locke airs it out. Metcalf downfield. He's got it. Locke, end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Smith and Jigba has put the Seahawks on top.
He was able to make on the go ball and a good throw and read by Drew Lock.
Hurts will take off. And the Eagles aren't finished yet. They'll use a timeout. They put a second back on the clock. 13 ticks left. They're going for it all with A.J. Brown. Catch is made by Seattle for the interception. Julian Love again.
Check out the left toe, Joe.
Yeah,
his
the field
heel
was an interception.
The left toe is down, and the right foot is in. Julian Love making the play of the night.
Seahawks win this game 20-17. And Drew Lock has the game-winning drive, and he made it happen.